and work a little more on the feet too.
Absolutely. You want to see these guys tested in the amateurs because you don't want them to meet their first test as a professional because it's a different ballgame. And that record is covered. I mean, you could be 10 and 12 and go professional in the Illinois.
Guys, there's nothing but professional bouts from this point forward for the rest of the evening.
We have two professional debuts as well. Tyler Langford and Jose Evans both making their professional debuts. Very experienced guys.
I think up next we have Tyler Langford again, a debut fighter against Shlomo. That's right, Shlomo, who is 0-2 as a professional with an amateur record of 2-2. Going back to Langford, he had an amateur record of 6-5, so he's quite seasoned. They have nearly the same amount of fights.
And a lot of those fights, as you saw Tyler Langford lose, he's always competitive. If I'm not mistaken, Shlomo's been competitive in his two losses.
Yeah, Langford is definitely an athlete. Very interesting, very dynamic fight.
I believe he's also coming off from the win over, I know you'd hate for me to mention it, but Micah Downs in the first round. You had some damage to his leg, unfortunately. I can see that one ran back to professional level. They were supposed to put that fight tonight. What happened with that? Now, Tyler Langford has a very dynamic style. This is actually Shlomo.
Yeah, Shlomo is training out of American Top Team Lima. Trains with Cody Durden.
Very good camp.
He's called this fight a first-round submission in his favor. He had a very wrestling-heavy camp. He considers himself an extremely rounded fighter. He doesn't have a preference for any realm in there. He feels comfortable wherever he's at. He says he is the, quote, best 0-2 fighter in America.
Anything you're going to do, you better be the best at it. So I like that thinking.
Yeah.
Trying to be the best
You
fighter
have
out
to believe you're the best.
Always. Like the confidence.
He's also only 21 years of age, so he's at the beginning of his career. He went pro very early.
Yeah, you wonder if it was a little early for him. 2-2, he had plenty of time left. It's not like he's pushing 35, 38 years old. He's
Yeah, there seems to be two camps, two big schools out there. Some guys they want to go pro as quickly as possible so they can start getting paid, whereas some guys they want to season themselves and develop in the amateur realm.
And if you want to get paid to fight, you're going to have to fight at a point that's worth being paid to fight at.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the professional level, it changes. There's no easy fights at the pro level.
No, absolutely not. Here comes Langford. Dramatic as always.
And Stephen the building has slowly filled up. I didn't even notice every seat is filled in this building right now. Got some people standing in the back.
while they're getting painted up over there, but I'm having trouble seeing through the smoke. He doesn't seem to be moving around a whole lot. I wonder if that's his calmness.
He's usually this calm.
Yeah, he's a pretty calm fighter typically.
He's got some energy when he gets into the cage. He likes to calm himself. didn't get to showcase his skills like he wanted to, so I think that's going to have a factor tonight. I expect him to come out hard. Jake Atkins with your introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is a professional bout, and a judge round 165 on the schedule for the 5-minute round. Introducing first and fighting out of red corner. This man holds a professional record of 0 wins and 2 losses. He weighs in at 163 pounds and represents American top team, Team Langford, Team Langford,
He's anything but slow, folks.
and his opponent standing across the cage. This man is making his professional debut
Gotta love the puns from
He
Steve.
weighs at 159, 140 pounds. He represents Triad Martial Arts and Claymore Rock and Rock. The host of Alabama, Tyler, the Icon, Langford.
These are two really good camps. Two very proud camps. American top team Shlomo Boyd and Triads Tyler Langford about ready to hook him up and get it going.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Langford made a point yesterday for his opponent not, or barely making weight. Is that a little disrespectful?
So Tyler comes out switching stances. They take the center of the cage. Remember, there are elbows at the professional level, so we're going to see some elbows. Fighters fighting for position.
Both want the inside right here.
Tyler trying to get
Good
Shlomo
knee
on the
from
cage. Shlomo resists.
Good knees from Langford. Ooh, is that an elbow there or a short hook?
It was a short hook.
Good knees from Langford.
I think Langford's trying to set up an elbow on the break.
Hey, he's sending those knees back. Ooh, trading them.
Big knees from Tyler. He's got a good clinch.
Absolutely.
He was trying to lock up the plum right there, right before Shlomo came in, and Shlomo hits him with the left hand.
I'd like to see Langford get a little wider.
I just heard
Here, he
Langford's
was-
corner after he took that punch. He said, "You're awake now."
Yeah.
I think that was a wake-up call for him. He just ate a big shot.
He was standing very narrow against the cage. I guess he didn't expect any type of takedown attempt, and we didn't see one. So maybe these guys are planning on keeping it standing tonight.
Yeah, Tyler likes to throw. He's a good wrestler, though. He's got very good kicks and knees. He works an underhook. Gets pressed against the cage. He has the position to circle off. That underhook is very important.
Absolutely vital.
Shlomo digging his own underhook.
Yeah, absolutely. That collar tie. Ooh.
Looks like this fight is staying in the clinch. They're actually working, so
Yeah, they're getting some good work in
there's
there.
no reason to break these guys up right now.
I hope they don't. I love watching the clinch work.
Langford using the teeth to keep the distance. I'm liking the distance that Tyler's using, but he gets caught with the right hand.
There's the takedown. Tyler, this is what I was talking about. Tyler needs to get wide. He needs to get wide, and he's been taken down.
He was trying
Good
to dig
guard.
for the underhook. It just didn't happen.
Yep, he got that guard though. So he's in a fairly defensive position on bottom. Ooh, some elbows from bottom guard here. Those can cut.
Shlomo lets him up after he felt a couple elbows. I don't know if he didn't want to
maybe
engage.
I don't want to do
I
that.
don't think he wanted to engage in the ground game with him.
Get the points for the takedown, hop back up.
Tried
Ooh, did that
his
connect?
for good wrestling.
Langford holding his left eye. I wonder if that that head kick connected a minute ago.
Yeah, it grazed him a little bit.
May have been enough to cut.
Shlomo lifting that underhook. You see how he's able to keep pressure on. That's good work right there.
Again, I'd like to see Langford getting wide or setting his hips.
Work on
Using
his
that
own underhook.
underhook. Yeah, he's got our underhook on the right
but it's
side.
not deep enough.
Yeah, it's shallow.
Yeah, it's
He needs
very
to start
shallow.
bumping with that shoulder, turning it up.
And if I was Shlomo, I want to put pressure on that.
That
elbow.
was the slowest reversal I've ever seen, but that was interesting. Just walked him over. Boyd missed with a big hook, narrowly. Ooh, right hand. It looked like it hurt him, even though I think Langford put his hand up in time. I still think that got
nice
through a little bit.
Landed.
Yeah. Did some damage regardless.
Trade kicks. Langford working that lead leg. He's got very good leg kicks. They're very crisp.
Yeah.
And you can definitely see that Tyler was ready
Boyd's
for this
thinking
move.
about a takedown here in a minute. He's probably going to let him back up, but I think he's looking to point him at this point. Get good on the scorecards, get a good advantage.
He's got that inside T position. If he wants to, he lost it now.
Ooh, good knee from Boyd.
Trade knees and break. Tyler's leading off with that leg kick. He needs to be careful with that. He's caught that straight left and straight right a couple of times.
Yeah, there's sometimes guys can play that game and they do well with it. You know, usually a mistake to lead with the kicks, but I wonder if Langford is looking for a specific reaction. So I've noticed in that they seem to answer each other with kicks of their own. So they throw a kick, eat a kick, and I wonder if that's what Langford's trying to do, is get his opponent into a rhythm.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Shlomo to see that kick and throw down the pipe, man. It's there.
Hey, and these are 5-minute rounds, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Moving on into the second round. Boyd, he's taking a seat. He's just a little slow to get the chair in there.
I think that was I think that's a 10-10 round, man.
Absolutely.
It was a very close round. It was a draw round right there. Still anybody's fight. Nobody's ahead on anything right now.
Langford maybe slightly more tired than Boyd. Both of them look good and energetic. Boyd very composed right now. I wonder if he's trying to play the long game tonight.
Yeah, I think Tyler might have a little bit of added pressure. I mean, he takes pressure well, but it is his professional debut. He's wanting to put on a show. You know, he's being paid now.
Absolutely. Well, we've got Boyd on he's 0-2 as a professional, so definitely he has the fire behind him to get a win on his record in the pro realm. But of course, everyone wants to win their debut fight, so Langford's in here in his first pro match. Both of these guys have a good reason to want to win this fight.
Definitely a battle of wills, Steven. See if we see more clinch work, if we see more. Again, Tyler opens up with that lead leg kick.
You know, he hasn't.
And
I guess if it works, keep doing it.
Yeah.
Good underhook.
As a coach, I still want him to at least feign a jab before he throws that kick, just to keep his opponent guessing. Because he might catch a nice check. I mean, it could happen.
Walking his opponent into the cage.
Shlomo digs the underhook.
Yep, reverses and throws a knee. Did that hook connect? I think it hurt Langford. I think Langford got hurt there a little bit.
Actually, an elbow.
Oh, it was an elbow. Little game of patty cake there, testing each other's range, trying to time each other out.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to find the range for sure.
Yeah, I think this 5-minute rounds are making both of them take their time, think about what they're doing. No hurry tonight. Be careful with the level change. If you fake it too much, it starts to lose its purpose. Ooh. Ooh. Great level change under that straight from Langford.
Digs the underhook.
Good hook. Good hook from Langford.
That leg's starting to blow.
He's eating up that outside leg. Ooh. I wonder if that was maybe a little bit close to the cup area.
Midsection, yeah, it was close.
That was low, but he seems not to have phased him.
So Tyler is not getting the underhook, and that's why he's getting broken off like that. If he wants to engage in the clinch game, he needs to get an underhook.
Yeah, that lead leg on Boyd starting to stiffen up.
Yeah,
it's getting less and less mobile.
Moves in with a big left hand. Then a couple punches in that exchange.
I honestly think he's starting to get winded, and he's starting to compare his gas tank to Langford, and I think he's trying to go in there with a burst to turn it into his favor, perhaps, because I think he feels that maybe he needs to do something.
Takes a big left hand off the top against the cage. You can't move your head on the cage. Tyler gets put up against the cage.
Yep. So he kept his head out of harm's way, though. That was amazing head movement there.
He got off the center line immediately.
I don't think he took any real significant shots out of that whole fight.
Tyler looks good. He looks the fresher of the two fighters.
Yeah, I don't know what the scorecards look like, but I definitely put the fight in the favor of Tyler Langford.
I think he's winning
up to this
round
point
so far, yeah.
Yep. First round was fairly close. This round, he's doing much better.
Shlomo went for that outside trip, and he's letting Tyler's leg wasn't there anymore.
Oh, he's starting to limp. Yeah, Boyd is definitely limping on that leg right there that Tyler's been eating up.
Gives him a nice check hook on the break. Tyler pushing full with big overhands. Catches a jab.
I think Boyd's trying to rest here.
Yeah. And he's eating that leg
Expect
up.
So another flurry to come.
Yeah.
About the time you hear that 10-second warning, there's going to be another big flurry coming from Boyd, I think.
Boyd definitely looks like he is. He's fading a little bit.
I think he's being smart. I think he knows I think he has enough in there for several more bursts, but he knows he needs to save it, and so he's being smart. I think he may be willing to give up this round in order to try to come back in this last round and turn it around. So we'll see what happens.
Tyler pushes off the cage with his foot. That's something that a lot of people forget to do. When you're circling, you can use that cage to your advantage, even when your back's on.
Absolutely. Gets a shovel hook to the body from Langford.
Yep. Gets the tie plum, gets a knee in before that shovel hook as well.
Trading knees. Langford against the cage again. Very narrow, but he's only paid for it once in this fight. I wonder if we're going to see another takedown attempt from Boyd.
It was a nice
maybe try to steal the round. I don't think he could steal this round with just a single takedown, but if he does it in good fashion and gets some ground and pound there, maybe he can even up the scorecard.
Tyler's in a great position for a takedown right now if he wants it. That T position. And gets it reversed. You could also throw while you're the other person.
Yeah, I still think if Boyd wants to steal this round, he needs to do some damage here. Yeah. Okay, there goes that clack. 10 seconds left.
Is that a 30-second? 10 seconds, I believe. 10 seconds.
Oh, good left hook from Langford to end the round.
I think that was Langford's round.
Yeah, I do too, despite the takedown.
So we can consider pretty much 1-1 with that draw round in the beginning. So it's all up to this third round for both of these guys.
I wonder if Boyd's corner is kicking him for expending so much on that takedown when it really probably didn't steal him the round. The way these rounds are judged, they're going to total the rounds. It's not a whole fight judging system. They're going to score each round, and then the winner of the majority is going to take home that win.
10-9 must scoring system. It's not like boxing where they tally all the rounds at the end.
Yeah, it may have been strategic from Boyd's camp to maybe just give that last round away and save it all for this final round to try to get the finish. Because I think at this point, the only way that Boyd's camp is going to finish is going to be through a finish or through a submission or a knockout or a TKO or something of that nature. I don't think he's got the scorecard right now from round 1 or 2.
Or a dominant third round. I think I could still justify Shlomo getting this fight.
I guess round 1 was close enough. I still would give it to Langford, but sometimes these judges, you just never know. It's been a relatively close fight to this point. Langford definitely took the second, maybe a little iffy on the first. Opening with a head kick attempt from Boyd.
It was telegraphed, and
I think maybe he just wanted to take that center.
Yeah, I think so too.
Keeping that underhook, using that shoulder to jab and move the head of Langford. Smart play.
I'd like to see Shlomo get better head position right here. That's why he's not. You see how he's able to.
Langford
to bend
finally
over
getting
and
wide.
Yeah.
Langford finally getting wide after being taken down the second time. I think his corner between rounds was like, listen, you've got to defend those takedowns better. He's narrow again.
Shlomo has to control that head position. That's why Langford is getting out as much as he is. That, and he's getting good underhooks.
Trading knees. I don't think any of them were very significant here. There's more shoulder bumps coming from Boyd.
Shlomo trying to stall the fight against the cage right now. I believe he's trying to catch a breather. I think that he's fading a little bit right now, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Look for him to try
Fortunately if you're Langford, very fortunate if you're Langford.
And just as I say it, he goes for a hip toss. Yep. He definitely looks tired.
Langford looks a little tired now.
Yeah.
I think he knows he's winning, and I think
he's taking off the gas.
Yeah, he's taking off the gas and he's saving it.
Ooh, eats a big left hand. And that's a deep shot. He needs to lock his hands here, and he gets them locked, I believe.
Langford needs to
up and down.
Langford hunting a guillotine on the way down. I don't think it's deep enough. Nope, right out.
And Shlomo allows him back
Shlomo
up.
wants the points.
I don't know why Shlomo allowed him back up right there. He should have got on top.
Maybe he saw something. Maybe he sees something in the ground game and submission capabilities of Langford that we just don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know enough about Boyd to. I know he trains in a really good camp. He did tell me yesterday he was going to get a submission in the first round. I don't know.
It's not going to happen.
He's not fighting like he wants the first round submission. Backing away after getting the takedown. But maybe something he got in there and feels something that he didn't express yesterday.
Tyler looking the stronger of the two in this third round in the clinch.
Yeah, I think Shlomo opened up pretty well. He had some
he
good
did.
cage dominance in the beginning. So again, neither one of these athletes in this round have been dominant enough, in my opinion, to really steal the round away. It could go either way for round. Well,
there are knees to the
knees
head.
exchange.
I would like
here.
to see.
I think both those guys just took at least 2 or 3 big, heavy knees.
Absolutely.
Langford looks hurt. I think that body's hurt on Langford. Ooh, did you see how slow that kick was?
Yeah.
That rear legs. Ooh. I think they're both trying to breathe.
Tyler has gotten into that tie plum a couple of times and hasn't. He shoots it right there. He lets it go.
From Boyd.
He's got the tie plum. I'd like to see him whip and dig.
Ooh, big knees from Boyd.
Wood pushing. Tell Boyd's not
I think
done yet.
Tyler, he needs to. If he's been relaxing, he needs to stop. Boyd might steal round 3. Big hip toss. Yeah, I think Boyd's stealing round 3.
He doesn't fall him down on the ground. I think you're right, Steve. He doesn't want it as part of the ground game with Tyler.
Yeah, that's. I wonder if maybe he just told us that yesterday because he's concerned that we're in the enemy camp. I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to throw us off. So he's definitely not hunting that submission.
I think Shlomo's trying to go back to the well with that hip toss. He's pushing in.
I see it. Listen, Shlomo had an opportunity to start working to take that back standing. Langford left that arm.
Big deep breath from Shlomo, excuse me.
Whoop. Takedown attempt from Shlomo, stuffed by Langford.
I think he just didn't have the strength to finish the level change there.
Ooh. I think that knee hurt him. I think they've been tearing each other's bodies up this entire fight.
These bodies,
these guys. It's a war of endurance right here of who can take more punishment.
100%. I don't know if that elbow landed from Shlomo, but it was a nice entry there. Definitely looking tired.
Some explosiveness coming from Boyd and Langford. 10 seconds left in this final round. Let's see if they bring. There we go. Bringing the action comes Langford.
Big left hand from Langford. Lands a right hand.
Boyd rushing in last minute.
Langford got the better of those exchanges right there. He landed 3 punches.
Yeah, I honestly think Boyd may have stolen that third round, but I think that may be the only round that I can say that he really took.
I don't know. I think it's going to be a toss-up, but I got Tyler in this fight.
I do think Tyler was the more dominant fighter throughout the fight, but that third round,
it's an impression
sometimes
on judges,
it's a big impression on judges. He made a couple of big takedowns. I know both of these fighters wanted to finish. awaiting the official decision.
Yeah, they're taking their time tallying this one up.
Judges are just.
Yeah. Trying to get it right. This is a hard one to judge. I think it can go either way, like we've already discussed.
Flip a coin.
Yeah, flip a coin in there.
Or they could just fight over it. No.
Looks like Jake Atkins has a decision. Let's see what we got.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up, please. 2-1, give it up. The first fight we had. After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. Judges scored the contest 30-27, 30-29, 28, 29, 29, 28, 29, all in favor of the red corner.
I call robbery. How do they call the first round 30-27 in favor of Boyd? Do they got their paperwork mixed up? Goodness gracious. I want to throw this out there that the commission and the promotion are two separate entities, ladies and gentlemen. So the judges here are not in any way affiliated with the affiliation running the show, the promotion. Yes, I do think that's a robbery. You could have called the fight either way, but to say that round 1 was a 30-27 round, that would be saying that Langford was beaten badly, and to me it was pretty clear that he dominated or did very well in that first round. But both fighters did work very hard. Had a great performance from both of them, so don't want to take anything away from Boyd.
First decision of the night. We really got it. Next up, the fight that I've been waiting for a long time. Jose Evans.
Yeah, this is going to be a banger right here, guys. Very exciting. So Jackson considers himself in this next fight. Jackson considers himself the underdog, giving up quite a bit of weight to Jose Evans. It's a super heavyweight fight. Wants to prove something not only to others but to himself. Freestyle fighter. Brian Jackson, that is a 1-3-1 professional with a 17-2 amateur record, very seasoned. Black belt in Tang Sudo. Training out of No Mercy MMA and Revolution MMA in South Carolina. Hometown, Detroit, Michigan.
Jose Evans trains out of Ultimate MMA, and I tell you, I believe it was about 5 years ago, he fought Frank Manchin and lost. He came back 2 years ago, and he has not looked back. He hasn't even faced adversity. He's beaten every opponent.
It's on a
handily.
7-win streak.
7 wins. He's going to turn that to, looking to turn that to 1-0 as a professional tonight. Fight streak as a professional.
Here comes Brian Jackson. Timing the music.